Here's the Spurs News Roundup, providing the latest Tottenham news all in one place, keeping you up to date and also full analysis on every single story. Thank you very much for coming back. If you're new, please do like and subscribe. Let's get straight into them with your top news in the last 24 hours. So firstly, Tottenham released a club statement regarding media speculation around people looking to buy the club. So the club statement follows by saying the board of Tottenham Hotspur Limited, Tottenham Hotspur the club or the company, is aware of recent media speculation and confirms its majority shareholder ENIC Sports and Development Holdings Ltd, so ENIC, has received and unequivocally rejected separate Premier League expressions of interest in relation to proposals to acquire the entry issued and to be issued share capital of ENIC from PCP International Finance Limited, so that's PCP, and a consortium of investors led by Dr. Roger Kennedy and Wag Fagner through Frederick Holdings Limited. As a consequence of ENIC's majority ownership of Tottenham Hotspur, where any offer made to acquire ENIC and complete a mandatory offer will be acquired under Rule 9 of the Code to acquire the shares of Tottenham Hotspur not already held by ENIC. The board of the club and ENIC confirmed that Tottenham Hotspur is not for sale and ENIC has no intention to accept any such offer to acquire its interest in the club. In accordance with Rule 2.6a of the Code, each of PCF and the consortium is separately required, but not later than 5 p.m. on 5th of October 2025 to either announce a firm intention to make an offer for the company in accordance with Rule 2.7 of the Code, or announce it does not involve or intend to make an offer for the company in which their respective announcements will be treated as a statement to Rule 2.8 as the Code applies. This deadline can be extended with the consent of the panel on takeovers and mergers in accordance with Rule 2.6c of the Code. Accordingly, this announcement commences an offer period for purchase of the code. The person responsible for arranging the meetings of the announcement on behalf of Tottenham Hotspur is Peter Harrington, who's a non-executive chairman. Next, Sky Sports News say the Tottenham Hotspur say majority owners ENIC 86.6% have rejected takeover interest from Amanda Staveley, PCF and Rogers Kennedy, Week for Fund consortium, insisting the club's not for sale. Interested parties have until 5th of October to make formal bids, but PCF is expected to withdraw. Spurs are valued up to £4 billion. Let's go report this before it come out. Full 90 minutes of Pedro Porro as Spain topped their group with a 6-0 victory against Turkey. Mathys spoke about showing Tottenham his best form that he's got. He said, "It doesn't matter, even if I were on the list, I would have this desire to seek revenge, to see effective this season, to be able to kick-start my season in the Premier League, because this is the beginning of a long first season since last year was on 6-month loan, a desire to go play elsewhere. I'm on a contract with Tottenham, so I'm a Tottenham player and I'm going to do my best to simply play." Tottenham are the top scorers in the Europa League like ever. So 343 games. 343 goals for Tottenham in the Europa League across 168 games. Mathys said, "Thomas Frank called me very respectful. He simply told me his choice. I was not in the Champions League list. It definitely hurts, but I'm someone who stays pretty positive. I'm a Tottenham player. I'll do my best to play every game." CEO of Tottenham, Vinay Vernakashi, reiterates that Spurs is not for sale and confirms that Vivian and Charlie Lewis and Tavistock's Nick Butcher are driving forces behind the club following Daniel Levy's departure. Vinay said the club is well organised for succession. We have a very strong executive leadership team in place. Although it is big news externally, Daniel Levy departing, inside the club it's business as usual. This is a new era for the club under new leadership. We saw in Bilbao what the next step is, completing 4 and ultimately winning major trophies. The Lewis family are very, very passionate about Tottenham. What they're very focused on is giving our men's and women's team the best chance of success on the pitch in the long term. That's their laser focus. There has been a big focus on the club for the next generation of the family. First, there is Viv Lewis, who is a very regular attendee at Tottenham Hotspur games. She was with us this summer for the whole of pre-season tour. Going forward, you'll also be seeing a lot more from her brother Charlie and son-in-law Nick. Peter Charrington is not new to the board. He joined in March. He's a great guy. He's very personable, and experienced, and we have a good relationship. We speak very frequently. It's important to say he's going to be in a very different role to the one Daniel Levy did. He won't be involved with the club on a full-time basis. His role is about empowering us on the ground. He believed in the board and being a very important part of the club going forward. Naturally, as CEO, my name ends up in the media, but this is not all about me. We've got 800 people at the club. We need everyone pulling together and driving us forward. The Lewis family are really clear. They see their involvement in Tottenham as being long-term and continue through the generations. We made a statement which I hope was clear that Tottenham Hotspur is not for sale next. Tottenham have set that deadline at 5 p.m. British Summer Time on October the 5th for any parties interested in purchasing the club to declare whether they intend to bid or not. The club have not only received interest in PCF International Finance Limited and the consortium, but through Fireback Holdings Limited, but from American NFL owners too. Dean Jones, Forgive Me Sport, says that Tottenham made a late inquiry to sign Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Seny Malou this summer. Paris Saint-Germain made it very clear he was not available and seen as a start in the future. He has 2 years remaining on his current contract. Mathys spoke in more detail, said I would like to be there, but the coach respect it and we'll come together in the best way possible. It's him speaking more about being left out of the Champions League squad. Matt Law for the Daily Telegraph says that members of the Lewis family are expected to be at the game against West Ham on Saturday, the first since Daniel Levy left the club. And Mathys scored for France on 21s against Serbia. Amazing finish, watching it back there. So those are your Tottenham headlines then. Let's get straight into it. So we've got this very clear statement from the club, and for me it's absolutely no surprise that I said that. What club's going to come out and say that we're for sale? They could have just ignored it, I suppose, but they set a deadline that people could apply for. So I think they're probably under the stance that Tottenham aren't for sale. I do believe that. I don't think it's a bluff or anything, but I think maybe there might be a little hint that come on 4 billion and we'd accept. I think there is definitely a price that Enoch would go, Joe Lewis, I would take that. Obviously, you've got Tell. I think he's approached with the right attitude of being left out of the Champions League squad. Just like the whole way he's gone about it, I think very classy, and I really like his just general attitude and outlook. I think he speaks really well, very humble, very mature. So we've got Vinay. I think he comes across really well. I see that as very good, having that communication at the club, something we've clearly been missing for a long time. An absolutely welcome change to have that transparency and honesty with the fans, that communication that's been so missing in recent years. And what a strike that was, by the way, just watching it back from Mathys Tell. So not too much to get into, but because nothing's changed at the end of the day. There's been a statement from the club, there's been a statement from Vinay, and just saying they're not for sale doesn't mean they're necessarily not. It doesn't look like they are, but that's where we stand at the moment. Not too much to get my teeth into. So if you can provide any analysis, any thoughts, as always, on any headline, please do in the comments below. But for now, massive Spurs, like and subscribe to the channel if you're new.